Hey guys, we're doing a garden tour tonight and we're gonna section this up because our garden is quite good size and there's lots of pretty things that I want you to see. So this is part one of I don't know how many parts, but I haven't changed anything. I've just been keeping up on general like weeding, and I have worked on a few of the hedges, but I have not pulled anything out or changed anything major. So I thought we would start maybe like right behind us. There's not a whole lot going on right here, but up to the white fence is ours. So that's our property line on this side. There's not a whole lot in this section, but right up in that very far corner, we're hoping to get a greenhouse, just a simple hoop house constructed by fall, so we have a place to winter over any plants that I may happen to still have. I also would like to plant a evergreen and deciduous tree and large shrub screen right here because it's windy. The wind comes from this direction and there's nothing to block it. So like it's blustery right now, it's always windy. So that's one thing. One thing I know I would love to change, but I do love what it looks like. I love seeing the sun go down. It's really pretty. And then right this way is our barn that's been turned into a garage, which was just in a recent video where I put together those 4 square containers. And then here is the starting of my plant hoard. This is where I've been keeping all of my shrubs, like my bigger plants. This tree is a Chinese lantern tree. It is so cool, you guys. Right now it is in bloom and the honeybees love it. Like you can hear them. Like I can hear the bees right now. It's awesome. But it casts really great dappled shade. So they still get some sun, but it protects them, and I need to make sure I keep these plants really nice. And then right here, you probably recognize these containers. These were the first ones I planted up here at the new house, and they just got through going through an attack of budworms, which I have never dealt with before this year. Budworms are nasty, nasty little caterpillars that eat through the buds of your plants, eat your flowers, and it's just terrible. I sprayed them. I Instagrammed about it. I sprayed them with an organic BT Bacillus thuringiensis, something like that. It's a spray that is effective on budworms but does not harm honeybees, and it worked. I did go through and pick off worms every single day on every petunia that I have. So I think that's pretty effective too. But anyway, if you ever have budworms, just get a BT spray and it works wonders. Right over this direction, this right here is it's kind of a patio of sorts. I don't really know what they used it for. The people we bought our house from are actually really good family friends, wonderful, wonderful, talented people that did a beautiful job with the garden. Dexter, you are such a cute boy. So if you didn't see one of our past videos where I introduced Dexter, he came with the house. He showed up just a few days before we moved in, and they named him and started feeding him, and I love him. We don't have him, we've got to take him to the vet still. It's been kind of hard filming because we don't want to show like that we're not responsible pet owners. We are. We'll get it taken care of. Okay, so right here in the middle, I really like this. It's just like this raised bed area. You can hardly see it due to all my plants here, but there's a lot of natives. So there's hardy cactus and Artemisia cat mint, which Dexter rolls around in. There's like a hole in the center. Sedums right in here, lavender, lamb's ear. Just some really pretty succulent-y things, the only things that will survive that are succulents in my area, which I love. And check out these plants. You will notice tons of Proven Winners cans around here, and they just, you guys, it's so exciting. They send me the most gorgeous stuff to do projects with. Always got my eye on him, make sure he's not messing up my plants. He's a good kitty. Okay, let's go this direction. A couple of our flower pillows, you guys look at how good these are doing. I really need to, I've got a little pillar I need to bring in here so I can raise this one up a bit because it's starting to grow into everything else. Those flower pillars are awesome. So the plants just kind of ring around the whole raised bed here. And then I've got some other shrubs, some shade lovers. Just got this coleus in yesterday. It needs a little recoup time. It's starting to look great though already. Look at this. chocolate drop coleus. This one is a apple brandy. Love the color. Just some gorgeous stuff. I wish I could just like have time to go through every plant. This one right here though, I used to not like fine line buckthorns. I don't know, a lot of plants just have had to grow on me, but look at this. I love the texture of these leaves and the berries. Oh, they're the perfect color. And we've got some more things. This is kind of right here. This is kind of my warm color section. If you've noticed, I do a ton of pink, purple, yellow. I'm not a red girl. I've never been a huge red fan in the garden. I think it's pretty, but in my garden with so many coral colors and that kind of things, it's just too much. I just don't love it. So I'm kind of like combining all the warm colors together over here because it actually looks very pretty. I love the red petunia in with everything else. This is a tool shed that is original to the house. In fact, I think they said it was a porta potty or an outhouse or whatever, not a porta potty, an outhouse at some point, but I don't see any evidence of that, thank God. Yeah. The doors need a little work. So can you see in here? It's pretty dark. Here's our crappy grill. It's been relegated to live in here because it's so dirty and gross. I don't want people to see that. I am planning a video where we do a complete makeover of this tool shed. I'm excited for it. And then real quick before we go to the actual garden, this is the back part. This is kind of like my Island of Misfit Toys garden. It's kind of like they had some herbs planted and some, just basically some herbs. And I went in and I've just been plunking tomatoes and like extra plants that I have, marigolds from projects. So it's just kind of a random assortment of things and a couple summer wine 9 barks. And they needed to go there because I needed the pots they were in. So they're not going to stay there. And this stuff just came yesterday, all the stuff on the top of the table here. Like I am so excited to have time to get my hands on it. Dexter, you may not get your hands on it. Come here, buddy. Be a good boy. Okay, and then another building back here. Like, look at this, you guys. I have 4 tomatoes, like super close, and then a jalapeno and some random basil and marigold plants. One day I'll have a designed vegetable garden. We moved in at such a weird time that I didn't have a chance to really decide where I want a vegetable garden to go. That's the other thing about moving into a place right now. It'd be really easy to make a bunch of changes and then regret it later because I didn't take enough time to think about it. So I really want to like live here for a full season and see how we use it and what areas we actually like to be in, what where there's shade. So I think I'm going to do that before I do anything major. Right here is the potting shed, which is so cute. Oh, I have a Chinese lettuce growing in my pot. How dare it. Not organized yet. Aaron and I have been working really hard to get the garage organized. And we've decided that all of my pots, like my extra pots and stakes, are going in here, and that's pretty much it. Down here is kind of a creepy room. Oh, also we have silver lace vine growing outside up there, and it was growing in here. It looked like a jungle in here. So I just came in with I had to come in with my hedge trimmers, like my big hedge trimmers, to cut it out. Hey, buddy. You're such a good boy. Okay. It's kind of creepy in here. There is a light bulb thing right here, but it's broken. So I'm not sure. I need to get an electrician in here. But this is like an old school bomb shelter, which I could, in the future, if I have a light, I could have just kind of a floor built and use it as a root cellar. That would totally work. Okay, let's run up and actually look at some garden. So this is the rose garden. I actually really like it. When we very first moved in and I was seeing all of these red colors and some really warm colored flowers, I wasn't really sure if I was gonna love it, but it's kind of like the traditional cutting rose garden where it's to actually come out here and cut for bouquets. So you want a bunch of variety and different colors, things like that. And I've been really enjoying it. I just Instagrammed a picture of this ketchup and mustard. I mean, look at that. That is so pretty. Ketchup and mustard. I spend a lot of time in this garden just trying to keep it deadheaded. It needs it again right now. But it's kind of, they had a fountain. I have a pot right there placed. I still haven't planted it. In fact, that plant fell out, so I think it broke one of its branches. But I would really like to have a fountain there again. There's electricity right there, so it would be nice to have the sound of water right up here close to where we walk. And then this section was in a video where we did, I don't know, it was in a couple of videos. We did a drip system, we installed a drip system here, and also we showed when I planted up these pots. So if you remember from that video, these were gorgeous, full of beautiful Bordeaux supertunias, and then the budworms happened. But I took care of them, I cut them way back, and there's a bloom right here. They have recovered, and there's buds and blooms all over. So now I can feel the people's pain that have had that problem. There's our herb fairy garden, looking pretty good. And then our back door to our kitchen here, the side and back of our house. And this is what I look out at from the kitchen window. It's so pretty. They have a really pretty blend of plants. I've noticed a lot of iris and a lot of daylilies, so a lot of grassy texture. Also a lot of hardy, Tradescantia, the spiderwort, this right here, which is kind of a grassy texture. This is everywhere. And a lot of hardy geraniums, this stuff here. Those are everywhere, which they're all beautiful. One last section before we go, let me take you down this little pathway. Now these are the hedges I was talking about in the beginning. I had to cut these hedges because there was about this much room to walk, and they were about this tall. The previous owners of the house were going to start replacing all the privet hedging with boxwoods because a lot of it's just really old and it was half dead and stuff. So, which we may have to do. You'll see, like in a lot of our hedging, there's a lot of gaps, but it's actually rebounded really beautifully. Little pathway here to our fireplace, and this is original to the house, which I believe is 1908. We had a fire in it a couple nights ago. We tried it out with some family, and it was great. So that's it, you guys. I think that is probably a pretty long video already. I hope you enjoyed seeing just a little piece of our garden, and we'll show you more later. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.